Published 1905 est. 9 November 2017. Updated 2022 est. 9 November 2017. Britain's departure date from the European Union is to be fixed in law to allay fears that Brexit could be hit by government backsliding. David Davis said last night that he would accept Eurosceptic demands to include the departure date in the EU Withdrawal Bill, which returns to the Commons on Tuesday. A government amendment will fix the departure time as 11 p.m. on March 29, 2019. The time is 1 hour earlier than expected after government lawyers concluded the UK would leave at midnight Brussels time, which is an hour ahead of the UK. Scroll down for video. David Davis said last night that he would accept Eurosceptic demands to include the departure date in the EU Withdrawal Bill, which returns to the Commons on Tuesday. The Brexit Secretary, who will travel to Brussels today for the latest round of Brexit negotiations, said he had decided to act to avoid any confusion. Our amendment makes it crystal clear that the UK is leaving the EU at 11 p.m. on the 29th of March 2019, said Mr. Davis. We've listened to members of the public and Parliament and have made this change to remove any confusion, a concern about what exit day means. Theresa May today warned MPs that they must not use the passage of the EU Withdrawal Bill through Parliament to attempt to slow down or stop Brexit. Writing in the Daily Telegraph, the Prime Minister says we will not tolerate attempts from any quarter to use the process of amendments to this bill as a mechanism to try to block the democratic wishes of the British people by attempting to slow down or stop our departure from the European Union. The British people have been clear. Parliament itself voted for Article 50 and for this bill at its second reading. We are leaving the European Union on the 29th of March 2019. In the article, she states, let no one doubt our determination or question our resolve. Brexit is happening. It will be there in black and white on the front page of this historic piece of legislation. The EU Withdrawal Bill is the single most significant piece of legislation in this Parliament because it is fundamental to delivering a smooth and orderly Brexit. She encourages MPs to come together and help to ensure the UK gets the best possible deal. Theresa May today warned MPs that they must not use the passage of the EU Withdrawal Bill through Parliament to attempt to slow down or stop Brexit. The warning challenges Tory rebels who have threatened to side with opposition parties to secure a legally binding vote on the final Brexit deal. The move came amid reports that Mrs May is preparing to increase her offer to make a £20 billion divorce payment to the EU in an attempt to make progress on trade talks next month. The Financial Times claimed the PM had indicated to EU leaders she was willing to increase the offer considerably. Some diplomats believed the offer will have to be at least doubled. Government sources dismissed the claim as speculation last night, saying no decision on increasing the offer had been taken. The EU has given the UK until the end of this month to provide a written pledge to cover part of the EU's spending commitments, which Brussels expects will take the bill to around £53 billion. UK ministers have previously said that they are unwilling to meet the demand until later in talks, with Mrs May having made an initial promise in her landmark Brexit speech in Florence. Former diplomat Lord Kerr will today claim that the UK can unilaterally reverse Article 50, the legal mechanism for leaving the EU, at any stage during the exit process. Lord Kerr, a hard Remainer who helped draft Article 50, will say Theresa May's letter was only a notification of the UK's intention to withdraw. Intentions can change.